Hey guys, I know it's been a pretty decent while. Again, most of it is just got other priorities to save up for and stuff like that, so I can't always be doing this as much as I would like to. But today I'm kind of, I guess this is kind of a catch up. I think this is like, this action figure came out, I think, I want to say last year, late last year maybe, and I just never saw her. If I can't remember if I saw her in person and just didn't get her because there was somebody else there, or if it was just I genuinely just genuinely never saw her. So, but today we are reviewing the Marvel Legends comic book wave. I think it's wave two. Um, Excalibur, Phoenix, Rachel Summers. So here is the box. You can see Phoenix, Rachel Summers. You see all the designs on the back. On the top, you can see Excalibur and her on the back. And then you can see all the other action figures in the wave. Yep, I do remember it because I wanted Silver Surfer as well. You can't see him at this angle, but and then I got Farrell, and that was, and she was, but like pretty much Rachel, Farrell, and Silver Surfer were the only ones I wanted. And you can see the comic that it's based off of right there. And it has a read up saying in Excalibur #1, the once mutant hunting hound from a dark alternate future, Phoenix, Rachel Summers, teams up with fellow former X-Men to stop Mojo's war wolves. I'm not familiar with this run. I wasn't around when it came out. I'm sure it's great. I don't know if I'll ever get to it. But I wanted a Rachel Summers. So I just realized I need to kind of adjust you guys. You can see the. Come on. Let's do it that way. You guys might be a little crooked. Trying to get enough room in here. Yes, I'm reviewing this on a table. Sue I am not. I don't have all of my stuff with me. I don't know what I did with it. But here is Rachel Summers. I wanted a Rachel Summers, and this was a pretty cool version. I don't know too much about her. I've only read a few things with her in it, but to me, I think she's an important X-Men character, and X-Men are my favorite team. So, I mean, I know the basics, but that's about it. So first, we shall get into the accessories. So with her, she comes with this normal, I guess depowered. Not really. I think there's a story behind that, which I'll get to here in a second. And she's got an impact. She comes with these two open splayed hands, and then she comes with a fist and a gripping hand. Now, originally, if I remember correctly, they did advertise that she was going to come with two fists. I would rather if she had come with two fists. I get that they wanted to have a gripping hand for the little comic book, which is fine, but they still should have given her two fists, especially with the factor of how much these go for these days. But speaking of that little comic book, there it is. It's Excalibur #1. It's pretty cool. Just on the back. I don't have the other. I mean, I have the other ones that I've reviewed, but I don't have them out. And then she comes with this. They call it the Hound Head. Now, from the stories that I've researched and stuff like that, she actually like forcibly like hid this. Like this is like a. She makes everyone see her this way, but then this is like what she actually looks like. I think was the story I heard. Correct me on the wrong. Like I said, I really like her. I think she's a cool character. I just haven't read a whole lot with her, and I only know what I've researched. Right now, I'm also kind of blanking. So, but that's really cool. And honestly, this would probably be the head I display her with. With her, probably the best accessories, which is these Phoenix effects, which are really, really cool. And for reference, if you don't have this figure by now, you do have to take the hands off to get it on. Or at least it's much easier. Let's take a look at her. First of all, head sculpt looks great. It's kind of one-to-one, and then you even got the little rat tail behind here. And then the cool part was, I think, is all the spikes on her outfit. They're not like sharp or anything, but they aren't soft either. So be aware of that, especially if you accidentally like drop it or something like that. You know, you don't want to chip these off. Otherwise, it's just like like a red bodysuit. There's not a whole lot to it, which is fine. But it looks really, really cool. And I guess to demonstrate, for me, it's been really hard to get the hands off for whatever reason. And then you kind of slide these on like that. And then, well, honestly, I'm going to end up putting these two hands just because. So there you go. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Man, it's really hard to get the hands off. I mean, I guess it's a good thing. You don't want them falling out. But in case you're wondering, all the hands have the same articulation. So it does not matter when we get to that, which is going to be now. So her head can look that far up. There is a spike, though, right here. But if you shift the head back, it goes over the spike or kind of covers it. You can go down, and again, you kind of do the same thing on the front. It kind of shifts forward, and there's a spike right underneath there. Looks side to side. Doesn't really have a whole lot of tilt. I realize that I'm doing this from the back. There's not really any tilt. Arms go up about that far. They kind of stop where the spike stops. So I would recommend not forcing it. And then they go all the way around. Bicep. Double elbow. And then a wrist swivel and a hinge in and out. Diaphragm cut that allows her to go that far back. And again, there's a spike right here, but it kind of goes over it. And then it tilts like that. And of course, swivels. Leg kicks out. About that far, kicks back. Not really at all. Kicks out to the side about that far. It's an upper thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. Ankle goes down, goes up, and rocks. So there we are. So yeah. Now time for comparisons. I know this is kind of going a little fast, but to be fair, it's not a very detailed like suit. I mean, they could have added shading to it, I guess, but I don't really care for that necessarily. But I feel like it would be only fair to compare her to her fellow family members. Now I'm going to do one separate because I can't get them all in frame. Yes, I'm lazy. I don't take them out of their poses. But there is mom and dad, Scott and Jean. Of course, these are the 97 versions. I do like these outfits. Guess I technically could have also gotten her uncle, which would be her uncles, which is Alex and Vulcan, as well as, and I guess technically, depending on the era, her aunt, which would be Polaris. But I don't have her granddad, which would be Corsair. But I do have her brother. And that is Cable. And of course, he towers over her. Because it's Cable. What did you expect? So, there you go. Now, in terms of some thoughts, really quickly, about, I hope they do more of these waves, because to me, it worked as like, hey, here's a bunch of random action figures that we want to release. They're not related to each other at all, but we can just throw in like a mini comic and then just release them, right? I hope they do more of those. I just hope that like maybe they start giving us a little more stuff with them. Like, for example, this one, they should have given us another fist. I'm curious to see what they do going forward. I know they're also kind of doing that with the Secret Wars wave, where like some of the characters didn't appear in the actual Secret Wars like show or whatever, but they did have toys that were under the original like line back in the day. So I'm all for that. Speaking of, I do know that there's that new wave of Secret Wave out. I'm trying to remember who's all part of it right now. I know there's a Serpent Society member. I do plan on getting him. I'm forgetting his name right now. I don't know. Is it Sidewinder? Might be Sidewinder. It might not be. I'm forgetting his name right now. And then I know there's a magic part of that wave. I was thinking about getting her, but then I also was like, that's not my mind's eye of magic. So probably won't end up doing that. So, but I will end this video off by I think with how I'm going to display her. I'm not sure exactly yet. So hold on. Gotta do this behind the camera because it's just kind of easier. I guess the other thing to be aware is, of course, since there is spikes, to be aware of that when you slide on the effects, that you kind of want to go around them or in between them so you don't risk like damaging them or it doesn't fit right. But when you put the hand back on, it's kind of a pain to get it back on when the flame effect's on, to be honest. So, but I think I'm going to display her this way. I'm not sure yet. At least with the head. It looks try to get her in a semi-dynamic pose. They do move independently, so if you want to face in a certain way, obviously, move the arms first. I think I'm going to display her like this or something to that effect. I don't have a fight stand, otherwise it would probably be more dynamic. I think so. I don't know. I might keep the normal head on, but this is pretty cool, to be fair. So yeah. But there you have it. That's what she looks like, all decked out. I guess I didn't think about, I mean, I don't know if necessarily you want to do it with this version of Jean Grey, but you could potentially use these on Jean Grey as well if you want to have Jean Grey use the Phoenix powers. But I'm going to have Rachel use the Phoenix powers. So, but there you have it. That is, there's the review. Again, I know these aren't like as consistent as they used to be, but you got a lot more things that I need money for. So, unfortunately, I did get 2 comics. I didn't bring them out, but they are Magic Volume 1 and 2. But you know, I have to also kind of, I hope to do more eventually, maybe when I'm in a better spot. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.